Alright, so I'm ready to take a look at the Mimiq doubler. So this is one of the ones that I was actually probably most excited about being able to show off here. I've had the standalone version of the Mimiq for quite a few years here, and already kind of knew some of the advantages and uses of this one. So 3 knobs, and then you got the switch there which controls the number of dubs, and all of that is copied in here whenever we do the editing. So for the test template for this one, I've got a looper at the very beginning of the signal, and then I've got looks like 1 dub, 2 dubs, 3, and then another version of the 3. And right now these are all in the effects loop. And yeah, the Mimiq, for those that don't know, it basically takes your mono signal and makes it sound like you're a double-tracked guitar or triple or quad-tracked guitar, and it's kind of cool. A lot of people say that the like the smaller version of it is kind of pointless because it's just got the 1 in, 1 out, so you can't really do the stereo spread. I have plugged this in at band practice where like I was using a half stack and the other guitar player was using a half stack, and for just a minute I plugged it into both of them, and like when I hit this, it really does make it sound like a hard left and right split, which I am going to demonstrate here too. So let's just go ahead and take a look. I'm using a little bit more distortion, kind of highlight some of the sounds of it there, but this is what I'm sounding like normal, and I'm in stereo in the effects loop again. So let's just hit the 1 dub and see what it does. So we're kind of going from this straight up the middle sound, and watch what happens. So it probably makes a bigger difference if you're wearing headphones, but it's a very noticeable, I guess, stereo spread. Okay, and I don't know that it's going to sound too good doubling these up or anything, so we're stacking them. So let's just go ahead and move on. So this is 1 dub, back to nothing. Let's move on to the 2 dubs. So I think when it's 2, you have left, right, and still a center. And there's like a very tiny little bit of like a delay, almost unnoticeable on the affected sound. So that's what's kind of giving it a little bit of that human element that they're trying to go for with it. So that's the 2 dubs. Let's go on to 3. So just 1 sound. Pretty cool, okay. And then, okay, so we get the idea. So watch what happens if I run through those again, but I'm going to unplug the second output here of this, taking us from stereo into mono. So it's still kind of getting the effect, but you can see it doesn't do that like hard stereo pan like we had before. Still kind of got the effect in there though. That's nothing. That's the effect. Sounds a little louder. It's kind of got that kind of phasey EQ kind of sound to it. Definitely sounds like it gets louder on these. Okay, and let's maybe look at a little bit of the editing stuff. So I think these are, oh yeah, so a little bit different across these. So this one is all the way up. This one is kind of a little bit different on the 3 dubs. Each of those. slight difference on them. But you can see that the first spot is going to be the dry signal, then the affected signal. Then we have the tightness there, which is going to have like tiny little milliseconds. So like on the 3 dubs, you've got like 12 milliseconds on the first one, 18 on the second, and then 24 on the third dub there. And as I switch down to, yeah, you can see the wet signal kind of drops out of the middle one here, and then this last knob is where you would control the 1, 2, and 3 dubs. So that replaces the little switch up on the actual Mimiq. See, it's all back in camera there. One other thing that I did want to show off with this too is that right now I've got the effects loop right at the very beginning, so we're hearing all this after. I could actually change that though, just to see if there's a difference. Let's see. So I'm going to go into the settings and go into board, effects loop insert, and then instead of having it right here before the first slot, I can actually put it after the 5th one. Okay. So now you can see this symbol has moved from the beginning of the chain to the end of the chain. And all that means is that the effect is going to be coming before the tone stack now. Okay, not a huge noticeable difference. Okay, let's see, and then this one. Not really making much difference. Let's see what happens when I turn them all on. I mean, I guess that's an effect. That doesn't sound great to me, but maybe to somebody it's useful. And that's stacking basically 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, and then another 3. Dubs. Let's do this though. I'm gonna just record kind of a open palm muted chug on this, and then kind of do a little bit of the routing and let you be the judge of what it sounds like. So let me mute it a little. I can do better than that. These are always kind of tricky. It's a little better. Okay. And if I put the stereo back in there, it's not going to make a difference right now because all this is coming before this. Oh, that did kind of change the sound a little bit for me in the headphones. There, it's back. But you can see that since I'm still running before the simplifier, I'm not getting that stereo spread like I was before. Okay. Let's see if I can do this without interrupting it. So go to Edit, Settings, Board, Effects Loop Insert. Let's just put it right here after 1 and 2. After 1 before 2. Okay, and it did erase it for me, so get that going. Whatever. It's gonna bug me. Let's do it again. Okay. Alright, so it should sound in stereo. Yeah, that makes a big difference. I don't know that I need 4, and if I do, then I want it set like that. The 3, or the 2 dubs is actually pretty cool, because you got left, right, and center going on. So yeah. Alright. right. So like I say, this is one that I thought would be really cool to be able to show off. I'll probably make another video when I'm done with the test boards where I actually do a comparison between the standalone version of this versus the Plethora version. I can tell you that having it on here is really handy to be able to just, without doing any of the cable rerouting or anything, just change where the effects loop is positioned in the Plethora. I know that's super handy for being able to hear effects coming before or after, decide what sounds best. Like a lot of people already point out, the doubler, you can get some difference if it's just set in mono, but it's not near the what you can get if you're running a stereo rig and have it set in the loop in some way where it's returning in stereo. So yeah, lots of thoughts I could go on with this, and settings I could change and everything. One feature that I think that would be kind of cool, maybe to be added in a future update, would be some kind of a mash function for this. If you take a look right now, I don't think there is any kind of secondary. Yeah, look, so no secondary feature for the looper or for the doubler. What I'm thinking is to make it some kind of expression almost, where you could assign, instead of having one of the knobs go to something, you could say mash it to have the tightness kind of go away, so it's kind of tighter as it's not pressed, and then gets a little sloppier as you push in. That might be kind of something cool, or boosting the effect. I'm sure with the Tone Print app there could be things you could do as well. I'll go ahead and wrap this one for today, though. Hope that you guys enjoy this one. The next one that I'll be taking a look at should be the noise gate as well. So thank you guys again, and I will talk to you soon.